From abandoned islands to jungle water parks, these are forgotten abandoned places around the world. Number 9. Industrial Factory, Unknown. For what it's worth, I have no idea where this industrial factory is located or what it was used for. When I stumbled across images of it, it was only described as being in Europe. Looking into the photographer's background did not help either. Lots of decrepit buildings, ominous chimneys, and a lot of wasted concrete paint a sad picture. This picture of the outside of the factory reminds me a lot of Eastern Europe. Don't worry, it only looks this gloomy because it's winter. And finally, I found an image with some identifiable text. Koniec Świata is a Polish band. The name translates to End of the World. Kind of fitting, don't you think? Let's do some Googling. And I think I might have found it. Check this out from Google Maps. It's a strong maybe at this point, but one can dream, right? If this is the right place, the factory was not much of a factory, but a power plant. Number 8. Mental Asylum, Wales. The official name of this complex was the North Wales Hospital. Located in the city of Denbigh, locals referred to it as Denbigh Mental. Originally, the hospital was supposed to house around 200 people. That quickly ballooned up to 1,500 patients. Let's assume more rooms were added. Completed in 1844, the North Wales Hospital had a long future ahead of it. The last parts of it were closed to the public by 1995. Somewhere along the way, stories of ghosts and paranormal activity sprung up, as is customary with mental asylums. Is there a hospital that isn't haunted at this point? In 2008, plans of renovating the site were underway. Some company wanted to turn it into a residential complex. Again, how original, right? Well, someone decided to light the building up. Within minutes, the fire spread enough to destroy the main section of this beautiful complex. 2 more fires in 2017 solidified the fate of the North Wales Hospital. It will be completely demolished very soon. Number 7. The Tilted Church, Montana. What do we have here? A ghost town in the plains of Montana? Very near the border of Canada? Yes, indeed. We are exploring the town of Dooley, incorporated in the distant year of 1913. In America years, that's like the year 1500. As it turns out, a few investors got together and built the whole damn thing. Like the saying goes, if you build it, they will come. Dooley did not have a long and prosperous history. By 1920, the town had suffered 2 major fires, infestations of grasshoppers, and Mormon crickets. How many Mormon crickets can you find in an everyday normal swarm? About 10 per square foot. Just imagine the sound of your footsteps as you cross the plains of Montana. Ugh. Back to Dooley we go. The most interesting building to me is the Tilted Church that has survived the brutal winters and windy summers of Montana. Moral of the story, don't go back in time to the turn of the 20th century and try to build a bustling town in northeastern Montana. Chances are it's not gonna work. Number 6. The Hacienda, Mexico. There's like a 99% chance that this textile plant estate is located somewhere in the Yucatan, considering its name. To make some things clear, a hacienda is an estate. This one is called the Hacienda Henequen. Henequen is a type of plant. So this is an abandoned estate that produced textiles from the Henequen plant. You can also make tequila from it. Nice. This is where my knowledge ends. Maybe one of you can help me fill in the gaps. Question time. Hey everyone, do you know where this picture was taken? I have covered it in previous videos. Comment your guesses below and I will reveal the answer by the end. No cheating. Number 5. A whole city? Latvia. Known as Skrunda 1 and originally built in 1963, this former Soviet radar station is a ghost town. At one point, Skrunda 1 had one of the most advanced early warning systems in Europe, and it was considered a crucial part of the USSR's defense system. By 1994, the Toro radar system, as it was known, was scheduled for demolition. In 1995, American experts blew up the giant 19-story building that housed the radar system, and the surrounding town faded into obscurity. After 2 unsuccessful auctions, the city remained in limbo until 2015, when it was gifted to the Latvian National Armed Forces. Nowadays, it is sometimes used as a training ground. For the remainder of the time, it's an urban explorer's dream. Number 4. Samosir Island, Russia. Have you ever heard of the Sea of Okhotsk? It's not a popular tourist destination, but it does exist. The area had been explored since the 1600s, and at some point during the reign of the USSR, someone decided to build a naval station on Samosir Island, part of the Coral Island chain. This is what's left of the station. Abandoned buildings scattered across a desolate landscape, empty barrels, and lots of broken glass. I don't imagine this place gets a lot of foot traffic, considering it's on a volcanic island in a hard-to-reach location. Number 3. Hospital del Thorax, Spain. Located in Terrassa, which is awfully close to Barcelona, this hospital was built in the 50s, specifically to house tuberculosis patients. It was a huge project, and it only took a few years to complete the main building. By the 1970s, tuberculosis was no longer the deadly contagious disease it once was, and the need for the hospital/sanatorium faded away. At some point, the complex was completely abandoned. Nowadays, the building serves a completely different purpose. It is known as the Audiovisual Park of Catalonia. Number 2. Farmhouses, unknown. When it comes to urban exploration, it is hard to stumble across completely furnished houses, seemingly frozen in time. Imagine walking down the street and seeing this beautiful large farmhouse. You might wonder what it looks like on the inside. How did the family that lives there decide to decorate? Well, in this case, you don't have to wonder. Just go on in. It's abandoned. This is the kitchen. Stovetop, washing machine, double oven. It's all there. Let's go down the hall to the living room. 2 TVs? Nice. Even the remotes are still sitting on the couch, waiting to change the channel. Then we have the office room with its very old Apple PC and calendar next to it. I wonder how many of those upcoming meetings never happened. It's strange to see what people plan for. This isn't the only abandoned home in the area. The whole place looks like something out of The Walking Dead. Before we jump into number 1, let's answer the question from earlier. This picture was taken in Salton City, California. Did you guess correctly? Check out my Abandoned America videos to learn more. I will link to them in the end. Number 1. The Water Park, Vietnam. Known as Ho Tui Tien Water Park, this massive project was completed back in 2004 at a price tag of about $3 million. When it first opened, the park wasn't even finished, but the public loved it. However popular it was, it never managed to keep the books green. The park shut down and disappeared from guidebooks. Considering it was a few miles out of town, the location of the park became more and more secretive. The gigantic dragon centerpiece was rumored to be surrounded by hungry crocodiles that were just waiting for someone to stop by. There have been talks about restoring the park to its former glory, but it seems at this point the park is better off closed. In recent years, it has gained some traction in the online blogging community, and more people are traveling to the remote location just to find it. It must be a pretty cool experience altogether. Check out the featured comment below, subscribe for more World Unearthed, and I'll see you in the next video.